Hello guys, welcome to this live stream. So in this live stream, I will basically look at web speech API, which allows you to convert text to speech and play the volume. And this is the actual application we will be building right here. We have a simple text area where you can even paste raw text and it will convert this into a speech, text to speech kind of application using this web speech API inside JavaScript. So we have basically this text area. You can basically write anything here. So let's suppose I write something text right here. And as I written this text right here, you will basically see now this will actually convert this into any language. A drop down is also available: English, French, Spanish. If I select here French language, click on speak, you will
Kane
basically speak.
Williamson is the captain of New Zealand.
You can see it has spoken these words right here. It is speaking these words. If I change to English language, click on speak,
Kane Williamson is the captain of New Zealand.
you can again see
Kane Williamson is the captain of New Zealand.
Spanish.
Kane Williamson is the captain of New Zealand.
You can see that in different languages, the tone tenor is basically changing. We can even adjust the pitch as well. If I now speak,
Kane Williamson is the captain of New Zealand.
now if I lower the pitch,
Kane Williamson is the captain of New Zealand.
in the
Kane Williamson is
you can also stop the speaking as well by clicking this button. So this is actual interface, guys.
Kane
We will be
Williamson is
building
the
this
captain of New
application,
Zealand.
text to speech kind of application where you can adjust the pitch as well, and then you can drop down select from different languages. So this is application, and you can read more about the web speech API. Just write web speech and the very first link which comes in here, web speech API. You will see basically this is a link here, and this API enables you to incorporate voice data into web apps. And this is the actual documentation which is given right here. It is supported in every browser right here, which is Chrome, Edge, Firefox, Opera, Safari. So you can read more about it. Now let me show you how this application is making. So just include basically your basic HTML. So text to speech. So inside this interface, we will basically have a heading which is advanced web speech API example. And after this, we will have a label text to speak. We will simply say enter text. And then we will simply have a text area where we will allow the user to actually enter the text that needs to be spoken. So text to speak, we will give an ID, and rows will be 4, and columns, let's suppose I have 50 columns. So here the user will write something which needs to be spoken, and then we will have a drop down where we will allow the user to select the languages. So language select, and here we will simply say select the language. So after this, we will basically have our select field options. We will give it an ID here, which here you will basically select your language, and inside language we will have various options. You can include for every country the option like this is actually country code, which is sorry, language code, which is EN, which stands for English, and then the country code, which is US, English US. And here we will actually write the label here, which is English US. And then we will basically give the second option, which is EN for Great Britain, which is English UK. So English here UK. And then we will basically give the third option here, which is ES, and this will be for Spanish, because this is the country code, which is Spanish here. And then we will basically give the fourth option here, which will be French, FR, and this will be French. So there are 4 options right here for the languages. If you see, there is a text area. We have this drop down here, which supports 4 languages here: English, US, UK, Spanish, French. And here you can write anything here. And then basically we will actually have a label to here to pitch range. So here we can adjust our pitch. So here we can apply a input type range, and we will give it an ID to it of pitch range. And here we will have a slider here, which is minimum value will be 0.5 and the maximum value will be 2 and step will be 0.1 and the initial value will be 1. So this is actually the slider which is added right here. If you see, the slider for the pitch has been added. Now we will actually have the two buttons, which is speak. So whenever we basically give a on click to it, which is speak text, this function will execute automatically whenever we click this button. And the second button will be stop speaking. So we again will bind a function for this stop speaking. So this is actual interface of the application. If you check, the interface is complete. Now we just need to write our JavaScript code for this. So right here we will have the script tag, and inside this we will simply initialize our text to speech by the window dot, and it contains all the APIs window object, and one such API is speech synthesis. We will equal to this variable, and then we will write that function which is speak text, and inside this function we will actually now get reference to which the text which is written by the user. So document.getElement by ID, and we have given the ID to the text area which is text to speak, and we will basically extract the value, whichever value the user has added. So just you can see that after getting the text, we will select the language which the user has selected. So for that we will simply select language select. This is the ID that we have given. We will dot value. After this we will get the pitch value that the user selected, pitch range, and we will basically convert this value to a floating point by wrapping it inside parse float. This will convert the string into a floating point number. So dot value. So after getting these three things, which is text, language, and pitch, we can actually generate our speech by using our web speech API, and this will be equal to utterance. We will make a variable new speech synthesis, and it contains speech synthesis utterance. This is the actual constructor we will call. We will pass the text to speak, and we will just add two properties here: the language, which is the actual language selected by the user, and the actual pitch. So this is actual pitch the user selects. You can see all these things are there. You can pause it, resume it, start, pitch, rate. You can even provide the rate value as well. All these properties are available. Text, voice, which voice, volume you can even control. All these things you can control here with this object. You can see that. So you can just see all these things are there. So after this, we can simply speak these words automatically. Now to speak those, we can simply say synth.speak is a function available here, and we will pass the utterance here, object. So if you just now write something here, so click on speak.
My name is Gautam and I am from India.
If I change the language,
My name is Gautam and I am from India.
My name is Gautam and I am from India.
My name is Gautam and I am from India.
you can also adjust the pitch as well. And now if you see,
My name is Gautam and I am from India.
My name is Gautam and I am from India.
My name is Gautam and I am from India.
And now we will actually have a stop speaking function as well. So once you click that, there is a cancel button, cancel method, which will actually stop the person which is speaking.
SDF.
You can see that. This is actually the web speech API example, guys, that I wanted to show you, text to speech application with the adjustment of the pitch. If you like this video, then please hit that like button, subscribe the channel, and I will be seeing you in the next live stream.